So we had a nice weekend down in Des Moines. We started things off with the multis competition. The heptathlon and decathlon got started Wednesday. I'd say one of the coldest and wettest days of my coaching career. It was pretty rough, but they did a really good job. They seemed unflappable. A lot of the athletes that were there from all over the country maybe didn't handle it that well, in my opinion, but the Panthers really did. They did a terrific job. Rachel Peth did her very first heptathlon of her career, and she was tough. She's still learning the events, but she did a terrific job. Scored 36-35, 46-35. Sorry. Paige, she can't seem to find a break here. She was on pace to qualify and woke up on day 2 throwing up and was just very sick. She still did the first event, long jump. Puked before and after the event, and finally made the decision to pull the plug on it, so that was unfortunate. She did recover and was able to participate by Saturday in the hurdle shuttle, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But that was unfortunate because she was doing a really nice job. Ben Lindeman, one of my favorite moments of the whole meet. He's a senior. The guy has worked his tail off ever since he got to Northern Iowa. He's just been one of those great kids, classic blue-collar Iowa kid, and his goal this year was to score 7,000 points, and he just kept chipping away, and he had a really good meet, and it came down to the 1,500 meters, and he needed to run right around his PR to score the 7,000 points, and he exceeded it by several seconds, so he scored 7,028, I believe, and it was just a terrific moment. He's now a 7,000 point decathlete, and really worked his tail off to do it, so I was really proud of him. The regular meet started on Friday, and I'm going to defer to my notes here because we had a lot of things going on. The men's 4x1, Sebastian Barth, our hurdler, is also one of our best sprinters. He had a tight hamstring, and we just didn't know heading in. We thought he was going to be okay, but the day before, we finally made the decision to replace him on the 4x1. So we had Ryan Newtoff stuck in there. So we had to do exchanges, and Coach Sayers handled that for me back here because I was at the meet already with the multis, and did a terrific job. They actually had nice exchanges. They set a seasonal best, and so I was very pleased with how that they handled that adversity. Later on in the day, the 4x4s, both the men and the women's team, they did a terrific job. Both set nice big seasonal bests and competed well. So feel good about them heading into the last part of the season. Jamie Lindstrom, she set a big PR in the shot put, made the finals. It was a really terrific day for her. Adam McDonald set a personal best in the javelin. He also made the finals. He was the number 3 collegiate in the meet. So, very different from his experience a year ago where the meet didn't go well. Later that day, the women's 4x8 set a new school record. They set a record last year, and they had 2 different people on the relay this year. So it was a different crew, and they just did a terrific job. Alex Wilson, of course, is kind of the cornerstone for that event area now, and she's really strong and did a terrific job. But Teresa Conley, she's just a freshman, and she had to fill some pretty big shoes there and really stepped up, competed well, ran a terrific split, and really the women really were impressive in that, and so I was thrilled that they were able to get that record because that was the goal that they had heading into it. Saturday morning, the women's shuttle did a great job. They ran 56 high, which is the number 2 time all-time at Northern Iowa, and they finished 3rd as a group against some really tough competition. So they were really terrific. That was Paige Knodle to Rachel Pate to Tessa Gorsuch to Christine MacNeill. Later that day, Matt Schiffer in his very first Drake relays. He's been having a terrific season. He again was terrific. He second best throw of his career in the prelims to qualify for the finals, and just had a great series. So it was great that he was able to finish out his Drake relays experience on such a high note. Ryan Newtoff, he set a huge PR on the 400 hurdles earlier this season, got into the field, and was terrific. He ran a new personal best, 51.89, and won his section, won his heat, and just competed great. So we were really pleased with that. Libby Torresani was fantastic. She broke her school record again. She's now at 13.3 and almost made the next bar, which was quite a bit higher. So she's doing some terrific things. We're really excited that she's doing so well. And then finally, the women's distance medley shattered the school record that they set last year, which shattered the previous record. So they're really doing some great things. Again, Alex Wilson was the star of the group. She had a great anchor leg. But really all of the women were really tough, and they competed really, really well. So I was thrilled with the meet overall. Most every person or relay that competed was either a seasonal best or a personal best. We came away with 3 school records, all on the women's side, and I think we're feeling pretty good about ourselves heading into the last couple of meets before the conference championships. Are there any questions? Thanks. Go Panthers.